Karen Sickle with us here on the Mendola Show, the pitcher for the Old Forge Blue Devils. How'd you get involved with pitching?
I was about 9 or 10 when I started. I had my dad take me over to one of my old pitching coach, John, and we started. It was a rough start, but everyone starts somewhere.
That's right. How did the confidence grow? Like, how long did it take? Was it 6 months, a year, 2 years? Or did you have to get your feet wet a little bit?
Yeah, I definitely had to get my feet wet. By the time I started, like in a year or two in, I started going to a newer pitching coach, and she boosted my confidence a lot. And since then, like probably around 11 is when I started getting my confidence.
Let's talk a little bit about now with all these strikeouts. I don't know, there's hundreds of them I have built up in your career, but let's talk a little bit about your ability to put the ball over the plate to get batters out.
Yeah, a lot of my pregame is just focusing on my spins, making sure everything's working right before I even start the game, to make sure that everything's going to work well. And as the game goes on, you work with batters and you see what they're hitting, what they're not, and you go off the base off of that.
Mental confidence, is it there? Does your catcher help you? Coach Pat, talk a little bit about you have to have some yourself, but yeah. Tell us how it works for you.
Well, obviously Talia Progress hypes me up all the time. She gets me going on one bad inning, and I know I can just look at her and she will lock me right back in. And same with Coach Pat. He always makes some jokes and stuff like that to make sure I'm doing good.
The regular season, obviously it gets you prepared and you have a little bit of pitching under your belt. Yeah. You're a junior season now. But let's talk about, just getting through some of these big games and getting ready because the state playoffs come. And, hey, we already played Mid-Valley a couple times.
Yeah. Especially yesterday with Bucktail, we knew they had some good hitters. So the first inning we started just attacking with what I know I throw best. And throughout the game, we just worked with them to see what was working the best, working to get them to swing and miss the most. And we worked around some of the better hitters, but they had a lot of good hitting. So I think with the upcoming games, Tri-Valley is going to have a lot of good hitters. So I just need to work on throwing what's my best pitches.
The Tri-Valley Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Oh, they're tough. Yeah. Every sport, there's some tough kids in that school district. Let's talk a little bit about your own toughness here in Old Forge. You ladies, there always seems to be, quality softball. So, what is it about you ladies from Old Forge?
We work together really well. We work together, even outside of softball, we go for team dinners. We're always doing something together. So we worked, we built a bond. So we just know we work really well together. Yeah.
You can't do it alone defensively,
No, definitely not.
Take us through that infield and that defense and who's doing what and doing what well.
Well, we have Mazzy Musgrave at first base. She's always making plays, scooping the ball. We have Megan at third base, makes clutch plays all the time. Liliana at short. She's young, so being that young and playing shortstop is pretty big. And then Emma Verse at second. She has good range. So it's good to have a good infield that backs me up. And then, confidence.
And then one of your teammates talked about a couple of the outfielders. Well, we didn't talk about the center fielder, so let's give her a little love.
Yeah, Kat is, there's not even enough words. She makes a lot of clutch plays as well. So it's good to have her out there.
Let's talk about the other girls supporting team might not be starters, but obviously you're one team and everybody listening and just trying to make everybody better and cheering everybody on. I'm sure that's important to kind of feel those vibes.
Yeah, they're all even when we're on the infield, the dugout is always loud. They make sure because them being loud keeps the confidence, keeps our momentum moving, and it's really good to hear.
Let's talk about the folks and what their support's like, and I'm sure they want to just go watch you compete, and I'm sure it's fun. And again, everybody in Old Forge is, hey, let's go support the softball team. But what's it like to see them or talk to them or kind of know that they're there to kind of cheer you on?
My parents are my biggest supporters. My dad, especially, he's one of my travel coaches. He's really been involved with it my whole life. So he is able to calm me down probably the most in a tough situation, which is a look. But he knows everything about how I play, and same with my mom. She's learned so much, so it's awesome to have them.
Coach Ravello, let's talk. What kind of sentences or words would you use to describe Coach Ravello? He's definitely one of a kind of guy.
Yes, he definitely is. He at times like this, he is hype. He's intense. It's it's good. You need that. You need a coach who's not just gonna tell you you're doing everything right, but he makes sure we're locked in all the time.
All right. Well, the best of luck as you continue in the state playoffs.
Thank you.